Welcome to season 1, episode 4 of the Controlled Chaos podcast.
4 episodes deep. Did we figure out exactly how many episodes we're going to do in a season? I think people need to know.
Well, what's once a week for a year? Is that usually what a season is?
Are we really going to do it once a week for the entire year? Because
I don't know. Like, how does it go? Is it 6 months?
I think that you can have a season. A season could be as long as you want it to be.
Okay.
Question is, how long do we want it to be?
I don't know.
Here's the thing.
One day, organized enough.
No, we're not organized enough. One day, I got to get comfortable. Also, if you're watching this on YouTube, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Comment for Maria Lauren's sake. And I don't know if anybody could pick this up, but if you're watching this on YouTube, you can tell that I'm missing something today.
His earphones, because he told me last week, I'm going to bring them because I need them for the plane. Did you use them on the plane?
I didn't use them for the plane. I actually used my AirPods for the plane.
Well,
so I didn't bring them. And then I was in a tizzy this morning and I completely forgot my headphones. So I don't know what I sound like because you can hear yourself talking in the headphones.
Yeah, you can hear better.
You can hear me.
I can hear you.
Did not bring them on the plane.
That's okay.
Didn't make my plane.
So yeah, let's get into that. So he's texting me pictures, really trying to stunt about his free drinks, his free food. And I'm like, oh my God, must be nice in the Amex lounge. And then I get a text and it says, we missed our flight by 1 minute.
We got to the airport. The flight was at 12:30. 12:45, whatever, between 12:30 and 12:45. Let me start by saying this is my fault. I'm going to cancel Frontier in this episode.
They are canceled. But why? Let the people know.
Okay. We get to the airport. We make it through TSA. Real nice. There was maybe a 4-minute wait at TSA. We know that I don't know if people are familiar with Philadelphia International Airport, but I'm going to familiarize people with Philadelphia International Airport. We get there, we park, we check our bag. Yeah, we flew Frontier, we flew Discount Air, and I'm not proud of it, but let me start. And really, when Lou texted me, that's when it really struck a chord.
Yeah. He's like, how are you going to fly Frontier Air and go to the Amex lounge?
Here's
Discount Air.
Okay. First, it doesn't matter where you fly. You can always use the lounge if the lounge is available. Also, this is, believe it or not, and I didn't know this is the second time I flew Frontier.
Wow.
The first time was 6 months ago when we went to Disney.
Okay.
We flew Frontier.
You got the nice discount flight.
It's a 2-hour flight. So for $150, you're
I'm not judging. I want to know.
I'm judging. I'm judging myself. I am upset because I knew what was going to happen. I knew this was going to happen. I didn't know that I even flew Frontier before until this happened. I got to breathe. So, all right. TSA. Straight to the lounge.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, have a couple drinks. You unwind. You're like, okay, cool. My flight isn't for another hour and a half. Now, mind you, again, if you're not familiar with Philadelphia International,
Can I just say, last week on the podcast, you said, how much time do you need? And I said an hour and a half. And you're like, maybe I need a little more. I mean, clearly you need more.
Okay. But to be fair, it was an hour and a half. We were through TSA and still had an hour and a half.
Okay.
So we're in TSA, we have an hour and a half. Now, Philadelphia International, you have A, which is international flights, and then B, C, D, E, F is domestic. Okay, no problem. Where's Amex? In A.
So you go to another terminal that's not your terminal just for the lounge?
Yeah, but you just don't understand. You just don't understand, okay? But it's not that bad of a walk. 10 minutes.
Well, guess what? That walk cost you.
I think it was more than the walk that cost us. So You've got A, and of course, and I'm not judging anybody else. I'm just never going to fly Frontier again. You want to fly Frontier? No problem. You know why? Because all planes get you from point A to point B. I'm not judging. I'm not judging. But if you're looking for an experience, or at least some, like an ounce, a slither of customer service, you do not fly Frontier. So we're there. It's now noon. Like, okay, we got a couple more minutes. It only takes us 10 minutes to walk over. All right. We leave the lounge and we begin our trek back to Terminal E. We leave the lounge and Tara thinks she lost her wallet. So we've got to stop now and check. She finds her wallet. Okay. We're walking, we're making it through A, we're making it through B, C. We get to D and I'm like, oh, Frontier, I'm not going to pay $5 for a bottle of water. I'll just pay it was a few bucks. I stopped for a bottle of water.
It was the water.
Yeah, I guess maybe it was the water. But here's the thing. We get to our gate.
Okay.
And it's now, and I make, okay. People can call bullshit all they want. This is the truth. We show up at the gate 12:25. The flight is not for another 20 minutes. Now, if you know anything about flying, you need to be at the gate. They start boarding half an hour before. We didn't look at the ticket. The doors closed. And if I have a copy of this, I'll put it up. I'll add the picture here. The doors closed at 12:24. Closed. It is 12:25.
But you didn't hear them calling your name in the airport?
No, Frontier doesn't do that.
They don't?
No, Frontier doesn't do that. And that's what Tara said too. How about a courtesy call? How about something? How about anything?
Yeah.
We get there. We're at the gate now. And the lady goes, where were you? I said, maybe she cares, maybe it's, having a heart attack.
Like,
I passed out, I tripped, I fell. Yeah, I didn't want to tell her that. I didn't want to tell her I just stopped for water. But so they're asking, where were you? God, we're running my watch. See, look at my watch. It thinks that I was working out on the way here. We were hustling. Oh, what does the ticket say? ¿De qué?
So she hit you with that question, like, oh, where were you? What does your ticket say, though? The
door closes at 12:24.
Okay.
Tara's not happy because you can see the.
So then did you guys go full, like, remember in White Chicks? They're like, I'm going to write a letter.
Oh, we did because it gets even better. Now, mind you, these airliners, they can be late whenever they want.
Oh, yeah. They're late. They're notorious for being late.
Right. You can see the plane outside.
Still there,
not going anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And you see one of the stewardess coming in and out, like with the manifest, checking things. We know there's people still, they shut the door. There's still people waiting to actually board the plane. They could have opened the door and let us on.
Yeah,
but they didn't.
No.
So what do? They go on to tell us that it's going to be an $80 rebooking fee per ticket.
And now you're like, oh, could have been on a Delta or American flight at this point.
And it's even better because you're right. Absolutely. We could have flown American, Delta, whatever. So we can rebook you. The representative tells us they can rebook us right at the gate, $80. We're not happy about it, but what are we going to do? Tara is livid at this point. And she really is the calm.
Is she mad at you?
No, not mad at me at all.
Because I know myself and I'd be like, Tonto, this is because you had to have that stupid extra drink in your stupid water.
But it could have been anything, right? Because it was literally 60 seconds. Think about that for a second. Now I get it. They have policies and procedures. I'm not judging.
Right.
But you could bend the rules for 60 seconds, or at least you didn't have to charge me an extra $160 to rebook. They could have waived it. They easily could have pressed the button. Waive, no issues. So we rebook, but we don't want to wait till 8 o'clock at night because we left our home at 9 o'clock to be there early. And I wasn't going back to the lounge after that. I was pissed with the lounge. It wasn't the lounge's fault, but I said, all right, book us. What's the nearest airport? They were like Trenton. And if anybody knows, Mercer County, Trenton, that's only Frontier, no problem. So we get in the car. Wait a minute. Okay, time out. They charge us the $160 to rebook the fee.
Right.
And Tara's on the phone with customer service. I said, Tara, make your call because you're not happy about this. I'm sitting down. A family of 7 walks up 15 minutes after us because we're going back and forth. Oh, by the way, 15 minutes later, the plane is still there. Family of 7 comes up. The Frontier employee explains to her, hey, did you have insurance? They asked us if we had insurance. We don't have insurance. Also, do you buy insurance for your?
No, I always risk it.
You risk it for the biscuit. So we didn't have insurance. They didn't have insurance. Now, I'm not making this a racial thing, but they profiled. And here's why. And I knew this was going to happen. I'm going to be completely honest with you. We get charged a $160 fee. No problem, pay it. Not happy about it, but we paid it. Family of 7 comes up. They weren't Caucasian. Goes on to say it's $500, whatever the math was. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, they're not gonna, Frontier's not gonna, they're gonna waive it. I know it's gonna, I said, Tara, go over there.
But were they nicer or did they also flip out on them?
No, but we didn't flip out either. Like Tara was pissed.
But she didn't flip out.
She may have said an F-bomb or two, but not direct.
Okay.
But
you feel like they looked at you guys and they're like, they got it like that.
Easy.
That's fine.
100%.
They're going to pay this fee.
No doubt. And I know that's how Frontier makes their money. This is why I'm going to cancel Frontier. And we're going to dispute it. We're going to dispute the charge anyway, because it's complete bullshit.
You'll get it back if it's on Amex.
Yeah. So it's not going to be a problem. But they attempt to bill, or they're going to charge this family of 7. I said, I'm sitting in the chair because I'm like, no, they're not. They're not going to charge them. I knew they weren't going to charge them. She gives the price. The lady is just like, that was more than what we paid for the tickets.
Yeah, I'm sure.
We can't do that. So she sits down, and maybe like 15 seconds later, the Frontier employee, it came up 0. She said, miss, I don't know. And I bugged out. I'm not going to repeat the things I said. They weren't the nicest, but they weren't the rudest. But I said, you're profiling. Like, you automatically assumed that we weren't going to think twice. We weren't going to blink about it, and we were going to pay. And I'm happy for the family. Just so everybody knows, I am happy that they didn't have to pay it. I really am.
When you first told me that, I was like, oh, I feel bad for them.
So did I. But racism's still alive, and I'm canceling Frontier. So check this out. Now I'm like, I knew you weren't going to charge. I like pointed at it. I said, I knew you weren't going to charge them. I knew you weren't going to charge them. You charged them. Welcome to America. You charged us. You're profiling. I just felt attacked, and I had every right to feel that way. They could have waived our fee, but they didn't. Okay. Tara's on the phone with Frontier. She's got a work laptop and her split screen in her hand. She puts it down on the seat. She's like pacing around. Tara hears me get all excited. Well, how come you charged them, but you didn't charge them, but you charged us? Tara said, what? I said, yeah, charged them, or didn't charge us, but didn't charge them. So we are storming out, leave the airport, get to the car. By the way, we flew out of Trenton.
How was it? You liked it?
No, I'll never fly out of Trenton again either. Ask me where Tara's work computer was.
Philly.
So, but we get to the airport, and now we know the employees don't like us.
No, they hate you. They have your face with like a bullseye throwing, like, look at this guy, hate him. Oh,
100%. So the computer's sitting there. Now Tara's got to call airport police. We call airport police. They're looking all around like the terminal for the computer. We end up finding it. No big deal, right? Then we're driving to Trenton because we have to board our flight in like another hour and a half. So we got to get there, get in the air, and just start the trip.
Do you get a cocktail again before?
No, I thought about it, but we didn't. We're now taking off from the air, and we're like, okay. So we didn't change our flight on the way back.
Oh my God. How did you get home then? Did you took an Uber or someone picked you up?
My sister-in-law picked us up, brought us back. She had to go to work, to my mother-in-law. My mother-in-law drove us to Trenton to pick up the car.
God.
And mind you, I'm not done with Frontier just yet. I'm going to tell you why I'm not done with Frontier. Have you ever flown Frontier?
Yes.
Okay. Now, our flight back, and we talked about this last week, was 3 o'clock? No, 5 a.m. flight, but we had to wake up at 2:30.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, I met an Uber driver while we were in Disney, and he picked us up. I paid him cash because Uber, I felt bad for the guy. And he's like, just call me. No big deal. Guy picks us up 2:30 in the morning. We head over to the airport. There's one person working to check our bags.
Oh, see, this is why I also don't check bags. That's a me thing. I will only check a bag if I'm going to Europe for over a week. I would say over a week. I might check a bag. I never check bags. I'm queen of it.
I think I'm gonna take that plan of action.
Yeah.
Whenever I can, if I can avoid it. But we overpack. Not even me. Tara has to bring the Dyson Airwrap, and also when you are doing your carry-on, I don't think you can have like liquids or body wash or any of that stuff.
Well, for the most part, if you're going to Airbnb, you could just go to Walmart or have it like pick up, and get the full size.
This is true.
It's less money than buying the little ones, and
that's smart. And if you leave it behind. It's not the end of the world. It's like
whatever. Leave my body wash and like hair. Who cares?
Okay, that actually makes a lot of sense. But I need my razor for my head and all that other stuff.
You can get that when you get there. Go to a CVS.
No. I use the electric one.
Oh.
And it's get fancy,
Of course. How did I know the bougie?
So we get to the airport. One person is working in line. And now, mind you, we're 2.5 hours early for our flight.
Okay.
The line is moving.
Snail's pace.
Oh my goodness. I've never.
Does that bring you immense anxiety? Because I start internally freaking out with a long line. Oh my God. And then I'm talking to myself. Do you do that? Lewis gets so mad. I'm like, oh my God, this line is so long. I'm gonna freak out. Oh my God.
That's exactly what was happening. I had to step away. I had to say, Tara, you just wait here. I'm gonna go out there and watch the line because I'm just like, this is unbelievable. We're gonna miss another flight. And we're running off of 2 hours of sleep. And I just want to get home at this point, and just everything about Frontier. Eventually, another woman comes on board, and she's, I don't know, 100 years old. It is what it is. She can't. I don't know if she could lift her cheek to fart, let alone let alone a 40-pound bag. And by the way, because you don't check your bags, the weight limit's 40 pounds now.
Yeah.
It definitely was not always 40 pounds. It was 50. Like 50 pounds.
I think maybe some other airlines might be 50 still. At the end of the day, I have a science to packing for a large family and for not checking any bags. I have it down.
Yeah, because you just rely on Melinda to pack everything for you. Did you pack a bag for Disney?
Yes, I packed a bag, but
you're telling me that you can get away with a trip with your entire family without packing a bag. Does this mean that Blake, Julia, and Remy get a carry-on?
No, what I do is because carry-on, they charge you on the discount air too. If they don't charge me for carry-on, I'll put it in a carry-on. If not, everybody takes their own book bag. And in that book bag, I have tightly packed the clothes. Okay. Then everybody wears their sneakers to the airport. Everybody brings their sandals or another shoe in their bag that is smaller.
This is smart.
Then I bring another, like a tote bag with like the diapers or like my straightener. I'll just use the hotel air dryer.
Sure.
And like I condense my makeup down. I'm telling you, I've gone so many places without my sister, which it's nice when she's there because I do use her stuff. But If she's not, I just go to CVS or Walmart and I just get what I need there.
That's smart. But if you're leaving the country, like, I don't know how you get away with it.
Oh yeah, no, I've done it.
Like,
and if I'm staying at Airbnb, they have a washer and dryer usually. I always get that.
This is true.
Just wash my clothes.
I hope when Tara watches this, she takes some pointers. I don't pack the bags. I tell Tara, this is what I want to bring.
Yeah, Lewis doesn't pack either, but he doesn't even know what he's wearing until he gets there. Until he gets there.
Do you buy all Lou's clothes? This is sidebar.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
I buy everything. I curate the looks of my family.
Yeah. Okay. That makes sense. So I don't feel like weird about it because Tara buys everything.
Yeah.
Like I might pay for it, but she's actually paid for, well, we're married.
Well,
it doesn't matter. It's all the same, but
I don't say like I bought this or he bought that because at the end of the day, it's the same.
You'll buy anything. And then like, does he get to choose things? Or are you just the one like literally curating the entire wardrobe?
Yeah, like I say on this day, I put out the clothes. I said, this is what you're wearing today.
Okay.
And the next day, this is what you're wearing today.
Okay.
Now, before I put them in the bag, if I feel like it might be something that's like, he might not like it or he might feel uncomfortable, I'll say, can you please try this on and make sure that you like it before I pack it?
Smart.
And like, maybe sometimes, like maybe like 30% of the time, he'd be like, why'd you buy me this? I don't like it. So I'm like, fine, I'll return it or find something else.
But you pack everything, you make sure everybody's ready to go, and you have no issues whatsoever. I mean, I know you've forgotten things.
Oh yeah, I forgot things. Like I think he got really mad one time because I forgot a belt.
Oh, that I could see that.
And I was like, whatever, we'll go buy a belt. Like I'm like, you did not pack one thing, and you're mad that I didn't bring a belt.
But he doesn't.
I packed for 5 people.
He doesn't think about packing though. You handle all that.
Yeah, no, he doesn't.
Yeah, so
he has
so
no
he knows.
idea who needs what, how much.
So you should know better. You should know that the belt should be there.
Oh my god.
We've been talking.
If I had a list, maybe.
We've been talking about Frontier and packing for probably the first half of this show, and we're gonna transition off of it. I won't. I'm gonna seriously. Better Business Bureau. Just don't fly. There's nothing wrong with Discount Air. Just don't fly Frontier. They're rude. The employees are rude. In Orlando they were rude, in Philly they were rude, in Trenton they were okay in Trenton, but it's the old saying, you get what you pay for. Oh, boom, it's just an absolute
that's
fact.
why I love being bougie, because like I feel like when you overpay for stuff you never feel really bad about it. I mean, I don't, because I'm always like, you know what, this is so worth it.
Yeah, I think I'm not, it's not a matter of saving money, but if you think about this, do you want to pay $500 a ticket to get to the same place?
No, I have 4 tickets to buy. So the difference, it could be 1,000, could be 1,200. Yeah. And it is very tempting to go the Discount Air, but I already know what I'm getting myself into, and I will 100% not check a bag. I won't, because you know what? They'll lose it too. They'll lose it.
That's a good possibility too. Maybe they lose it, and you can't put anything past this Discount Air.
No.
What's the best Discount Air? Because I'm gonna say on 3. You give me your because there's 3 as far as I'm concerned.
There's 3. I only know 2. Frontier and Spirit.
Southwest.
Oh, yeah.
I like Southwest.
They don't go everywhere though, but I do like Southwest. Yeah, I like them.
But Delta, American, United, if
that's the nicer. My favorite not Discount Air is JetBlue.
So JetBlue's not discount?
No, they're always more
their price. I've never flown JetBlue.
Oh, it's so like the people there, like the workers there are like the Chick-fil-A of air.
Oh, really?
Like they're nicer. I find you get a free little snack for free.
Wow.
The beverage for free.
Yeah, nothing's for free on Discount Air.
There's more legroom.
Yeah, again, I guess it really depends on the flight. Like when Hawaii, we've got American booked.
Okay, that'll be nice for you.
Tara's going to Cleveland with her mom, her sister, and her brother. I'll be behind watching the dogs. That's in about a month from now. But
girls trip.
Well, my brother-in-law is going with his girlfriend. But yeah, they're flying American.
Okay.
Never again. Like, you have every right to cancel me if you ever see on Instagram, or if you don't see me posting the airline at all. then you have every right to cancel me. I'm just never going to do it again. No, but and then can we talk about Disney for just a second? Because
what happened is that you went there and you started to feel how I feel. And you're like, I'm not going back until I have a kid.
But I think it's a little different.
And I'm like, duh.
You're convinced and everybody's convinced that I'm not going back because we went with children, which I love my nephews. And I actually had a blast with them until they started getting cranky around like 2-3 o'clock. Mm-hmm. It's just, we've done it. There's nothing new. And until we have kids where we can share those memories, there's nothing for me to do in Disney. We've done it all.
That's my thing with people that go every year. Like you're riding the same rides. You're going on the Dumbo. You're going on the It's a Small World.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing new? Like, that's why I like to go to a different country. I like to travel. I like to see different things. I don't want to do the same thing every year, literally.
But you'll go to Puerto Rico every year.
Well, now I have to.
Okay.
But here's the thing. Fair. When I go to Puerto Rico,
it's relaxing.
I'm not going to go to the same beach. I'm not going to go to the same restaurants. Okay. I'm not going to, It's a Small World in Puerto Rico. You know what I mean?
But I can see how like families, they go, it's their yearly thing.
No, I'm too spontaneous, I guess. Or I just don't like that routine.
Melinda goes every year.
She does, but she enjoys a routine. She likes a list. She likes to like pre-book her rides. She's like very organized on it all. And she enjoys. I don't.
Yeah, well, I'm with you. So we're not Disney adults. Like we went, and this is the third time we've been to Disney. That's it. So it's not like we've been there a million times.
You've done it, and you'll do it again with your kids, and it'll be like different with them, but still. All right. So then while you're away, I'm asking, are you watching this? Or are you keeping up with the Johnny Depp trial?
Oh, God.
And he's like, no. I'm like, can you please?
No, I did. I watched. I know what's going on.
I asked you to please watch it because I couldn't sleep for like 2 nights. I don't know why. I had anxiety and I was like up, and I stayed up 2 nights in a row until 3:30 and 4 a.m. watching the depositions.
Really?
Yeah. It's fascinating to me. It is a total shite show.
Yeah, it is. Amber's full of shit.
You think? I mean,
she's a liar. She's a compulsive liar.
She's a sick pup. I'll tell you that.
And I'm not, and maybe, and you know what? I would never put my hands on a woman ever. Completely against domestic abuse, but that's not what this is all about. This is a defamation.
Yeah, because you know what? She was using him for clout, I feel, the whole entire time. She got with him because he's Johnny Depp. She wanted to further her acting career. And he says that, she cared more about, what it was going to do for her career than, actually being in love with him. And I 100% buy that. And then, they get a divorce and she wants to put out this, expose and use him for clout again. And that's what I'm not down with. And she was really nasty.
Well, it's the way she did it.
She was very nasty to him during their time together. But it also, it is so crazy to me how much they recorded each other. Do you and Tara record each other when you're in an argument?
It's funny. When you're fighting with somebody, and me and Tara, rarely fight. Yeah. But you kind of wish you were recording it so you can hear yourself back. It's not a bad idea. It's weird. It's weird.
No, I always say that. I was like, I wish that I could have a reality show. Yeah. So that other people could see,
but it's not going to be the same.
You say, so that because I feel like I always get the slack end of it. And I'm like, I just wish that we could have a recording. Maybe I would watch it back and be like, yeah, you're wild. You're wild.
You are wild. But here's the thing. Okay. So let's say a camera crew was following you around. Come on, you subconsciously, not even, you consciously know that a camera crew is there.
I know that, but I feel like after you get numb to it when you do it for so long that you don't, and you got to think of how much is edited, right? So you don't remember what you said that got taken out, and then they keep that part. Yeah. So I feel like something like that could be, it would be interesting to see, but it never came across my mind to let me record him unknowingly so that.
So they both didn't know?
They were both recording each other. I feel like on the regular, there's so many recordings of each other in arguments.
Okay. So I didn't get to any of the recordings. I'm going to let you know what I know up to this point. Okay. My take on it. and then you can fill me in, and then I'll give you my perspective on the whole thing. But I've thrown that disclaimer out there. Like, it has nothing totally against domestic abuse. If he put his hands on her, you know, I mean, clearly, I mean, what he did, but she was punching him. Yeah,
but like, at what point is it self-defense versus, going after someone?
I know on the 2 clips you sent me, like he was moving her. But then he invited it too. He was like, "You want to hit me?"
Oh, like, yeah. Like, you want to hit me? Then you're provoking. But I think that it's just like, did you get to the part where she took a shite in the bed? Yeah. And now everyone's calling her Amber Turd. Like, I'm sorry. Like, that's unnecessary. Why are you, like, what goes through one's mind? I know they were both doing drugs, but come on.
Yeah, I don't know. I would never shit in my own bed, but yeah. So what she was at before she left for Coachella, she dropped the deuce. Yeah. Wait. On his side of the bed. And then try to blame it on their Yorkies. And he's that did not come out of a 4-pound dog. Have you ever watched an episode of CIS? Like, you can't. Is it CSI? CIS is the Consumer Information Statement in Real Estate. So I'm just always CIS, the CSI. Yeah, there's no way that did you see the photos?
No, I did. There's photos of the turd.
I don't know.
I think they showed it in like court, but I didn't see that part.
Yeah, I didn't see it.
But then the other part that gets me about this whole trial is the characters in the disposition. Like,
the neighbor is the best. I love that guy.
I am like obsessed with him, Isaac.
Yeah.
Like, he's like, they're yapping away. They're doing this. And he's just like, he reminds me of my cousin Vinny. And I'm like, I can't believe this is like a real trial. Like, this is better than any reality TV.
It's good. It's really good.
I think it's doing wonders for Johnny Depp's career. I feel like he's like, people have fallen in love with him through this. I will tell you this. I believe him. I do like him a lot better than I did prior. Mm-hmm. But he talks painfully slow.
Like he's acting almost.
Yes. And like a poem. And it can get a little daunting. Like, I like the clips because it's just like, but if you're actually watching him speak, it takes a long time for him to get to the point.
He's very animated too. Like he's
painting a picture the whole time.
Yeah, he's an actor. And that's what, like, I felt like, I didn't know if I was watching Jack Sparrow up there, Willy Wonka.
Yeah. But did you see his sister testify? She has
I haven't gotten there yet.
Oh, well, she has none of the accents that he do.
Well, he's an actor.
He does.
I mean, he's an actor. Of course, he has accents.
But then Lewis is like, "Oh, is he acting? Like, how do we know he's being real, or is he acting?"
That's what I thought. I thought maybe some of it was acting. I don't understand, like, how anybody could just side with Amber Heard on this.
I don't know. I want to hear her side of the story. How can you redeem yourself when she's actually on tape saying, who's going to believe you that you, Johnny Depp, a man, is a victim of domestic violence? She said that.
Whatever she said, she's a liar. She also said that she donated $7 million to charity.
And she didn't. And they fact-checked her. I'm like, whoa.
They brought the organizations in. They brought them in to confirm what she had and had not donated. And then the majority of it was from like Elon Musk and Johnny Depp himself.
Wild.
So we know this woman is sick. And mental health, it is a real thing. I don't know. Everybody has their story. Everybody has an issue. Amber got one. She is a compulsive liar. Johnny's a little nutty too. Hey,
he is. But he was doing a lot of drugs. I mean, he admits it.
Do you like him as an actor?
I like him as an actor.
I love him as an actor.
I think he's great. I feel like a lot of people that are highly creative people, and you can tell he's very highly they can seem a little off. And maybe that's like what we see that we think is like a little off because he's a super highly creative person. But I truly believe that this girl was using him to, like,
how long were they married for?
Only a year, I think.
Oh, that's it? Mm-hmm. And they're already shitting in each other's beds? That is so scandalous. So did you know that Johnny Depp was or is one of the, like, most hated actors?
Really?
Yeah, if you Google it. Like,
but why do people hate him?
I have no idea. I think he's brilliant.
He's gained a lot of love after this. And I feel like people are just like, justice for Johnny after it. And I almost kind of feel bad because I'm like, wow, it's really leaning. it's like really leaning, his way and not her way at all. That's why I do want to hear what she has to say. But right now, she's got to understand her attorneys suck also. And they have not painted her in a great light. And what's come out so far, like, she's Amber Turd.
She's Amber Turd. So we'll do we'll do updates.
Yeah, we're gonna have to.
We'll do updates throughout the entire trial. What is it like? Ow! Was it a 2-day trial or was it?
No, I feel like this is like gone on like for a while, since April 20 something.
Oh, fascinating. Yeah, I'm Team Johnny, but that can easily change if Bruce. The day that Johnny Depp threw the cell phone at her, Bruce is like, "No, look, I seen her in this light." That light, I seen her with makeup, without makeup. Bruce is like, there was nothing wrong with her face.
Wait, did you hear the Milani thing? Her attorneys were like, did you know that she carries this color corrector, makeup, blah, blah, blah. Everywhere she went to cover up bruises. And Milani, the makeup maker, came out and said, well, that came out in 2017 and she's claiming to have done it in 2016. So no.
Oh, so she's lying.
Yeah, so she was lying about that, and a TikToker actually brought it to the court because they were like, "Wait, this girl is lying."
Oh, yeah, Amber Turd, you're done.
You are finished.
Now, to be fair, again, until all the jury will decide.
Yeah,
is there a jury here?
Yeah, there's a jury.
Yeah, so it's a real defamation case, but I'm with you. I think that if anything, this is going to be good for Johnny Depp.
I think it already is.
I don't think there's anything that Will Smith can do to save his career at this point.
Will Smith is like, thank God this came out because I can get some heat taken off me. And then
but he's still canceled.
He's canceled for 10 years or something.
From the Academy, but he had a bunch of projects that were canceled.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I Am Legend 2. That was canceled. You can Google it. I don't know. I don't do my research as much as I possibly should, but yeah, whatever. Johnny Depp. This is good for Johnny Depp. I cannot wait for the next Johnny Depp film. Well, The Pirates what was your favorite Johnny Depp movie?
I would say I didn't really like Pirates of the Caribbean. I'm just not into that kind of movie, but he was good in it. I would say probably Willy Wonka. He was like a freaky Willy Wonka, no?
Here's another. Well, for me, it's Black Mass. So go watch Black Mass. It's about Whitey Bulger, just a crime lord in Boston. Blow was a classic movie. I mean, John Young. You've never seen Blow?
No, I'll watch it.
Wow. Okay. Well,
I'm more like a Talladega Nights, Billy Madison kind of girl.
Yep. So. And he wasn't in either of those. So here's the thing.
No, but that's what I'm saying. No. That's my genre of movies.
I still can't believe it took you as long as it did to watch Talladega Nights.
Oh my God. It's honestly, it's up there with Billy Madison. Billy Madison is one of my favorite movies.
Yeah, it's really funny. Willy Wonka was good too. Here's another interesting fact. If you didn't know this about Johnny Depp, he's never watched himself on screen.
Oh, he did say that.
Yeah.
He said that in the deposition. And I was like, do I believe that though?
Do you watch the podcast on YouTube?
I do. I watch it once. I told you.
Same.
I watch it once. And then I'm over it. But if I had spent a year of my life into a motion picture, I would definitely take the time to watch it.
At least once, right?
Yeah, once.
So and just so you know, our views are all organic. We don't sit there and click play and watch ourselves. To be honest with you, I don't even make it through a whole episode because
you're like, I know what I said.
Well, I have to edit it too.
Oh, yeah.
So you go back and very minimal editing. We're like one take Bettys.
Yeah.
Here's a fun fact about us. We don't have a producer. We don't have an editor. We do it all ourselves. No, that's not true. That's not true. But I do like to drop Easter eggs in the videos. So I know if Maria Lauren watched it, but I know she did. I know she's going to watch it. Watch it once. And then sometimes, and I like to listen to it in the car from time to time. Is it weird? I'll fast forward to a certain part. I'm like, but I was like, oh, I heard this a million times. But but I'll listen to it on the podcast.
Did I tell you that I sent this to my therapist?
You sent it to Dan?
Yeah.
You sent it to Dan, the therapist?
Yeah, Dan.
Shout out Dan, the therapist.
My therapist. Yeah. I was
what was his take?
Because I literally have pushed off 2 sessions of therapy because I've been so busy. And I'm like, hey, sorry, I'm busy. I was like, I know I need to reschedule. This is what I've been doing I'm like, can you watch it? He's like, yeah, definitely will.
Does Dan think that you've replaced him with the podcast?
No,
You can't replace
He's
Dan.
just probably like, this girl's on a bender, and pretty soon she'll come back and have some wild stories, because that's basically what I do.
Yeah, so but nothing wrong with a good therapy session.
No, this was supposed to be our serious episode.
We're gonna have it next. I think next week.
Maybe next week.
Next week, I'm not even gonna laugh. Next week, I am gonna be so. I think I'm gonna wear sunglasses next week. I'm just gonna do it.
No, I think the beauty about us, honestly, and I feel like we're similar in this way, is that we find a way to laugh through the pain. Like it is so freaking crazy sometimes, life and things through, and you just have to make light of it. Like if I didn't laugh at half of the shite that happens to me, I don't know what I would do. I would, you have to laugh. You have to.
Johnny Depp, he said when he saw the photos
that he laughed. I would do the same thing, that he would be like, oh, you can't make this up. You can't. No. She really shat on my bed.
There's human fecal matter. Like and Johnny Depp's just like, what else was I supposed to do? I just laughed.
Yeah.
They say people laugh when they're nervous too.
I don't. I think I laugh or smile if I'm embarrassed, which is a weird thing to do, right? Like,
people,
I cannot stop smiling if I'm like really like, if I feel like embarrassed.
So, and Lou knows that about you.
Probably.
So yeah. So I know Tara's fake laugh, and she'll say she knows my fake laugh, but nobody knows my fake laugh. And I just make fun of her. Like, but I know like she's just trying to be polite, or she's nervous, or whatever it is. But we all like you have that, right? You have like that tendency.
Do you know, I'm so silly and like crazy. I can like laugh and make myself really laugh. Like I'll just start laughing and then I can't stop laughing.
Really? Like, can you make yourself cry?
No. And I'll tell you why. This is a deep moment. I don't feel vulnerable enough to cry in front of people.
You've never cried in front of people? Not that you never have.
Yeah, it's just, it would take a lot for me to cry in front of people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No,
I can definitely, like, I may want to cry, and like there might be times where I should cry and I won't.
You won't do it.
My body won't allow. It says no, it's a trauma response.
Oh wow, that's pretty deep.
You will not cry. So
because you don't want to be vulnerable. You don't want to show vulnerability.
Yes, and like I know that about myself, but like I think to other people it can seem as though you're cold or you're disconnected, but it's like for some people, like they just can't do it.
I think I'm one of those people. I think I have 10 years with my wife. I guess maybe I didn't cry when my father passed away.
In front of people?
No. I mean, maybe like not that day. I had nothing. Like even when I was by myself, but they say the shower is like the best place to cry. Maybe a few months afterwards, a couple of times, but
now, don't get me wrong. You will not see me out in these streets crying, but I feel that a good therapeutic, good cry at least once a month, got to get it out of your system.
You're like okay, like a good like you need tissue cry.
Oh, like a hyperventilating.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you feel better afterwards?
I do, because I feel like it's poison. I have to like release
let the tears out because the tears are poison.
Yeah, and like I feel like Lewis is so used to this. Like I say, I don't cry in front of people. I'll cry in front of Lewis.
Like breakdown.
Yeah, like a cry, and he's just like so numb to it. He's like, oh, here she goes again. I'm gonna turn over because I'm tired.
Poor guy. Now I wonder if Lou thinks that it's a buildup and it's just something triggers you and you just let it rip, or is it that you schedule this cry?
No, you know what? There has been, I'm not gonna lie, a few instances where I'm like, wow, I really haven't had a good cry. Let me think of all the bad things that have happened to me.
Oh my goodness. And you just turn on the waterworks.
And then, and then I'll just like all come out. And then I'm like, wow, I feel so much lighter.
Do you?
Yeah. And then I feel like I can let in a lot more positive energy once you let go of those negative emotions, and you have to be able to like go through it, ride through it, and then you can keep going.
See, I don't carry that. I'm a very positive person, and I won't show I won't show my vulnerable side to like people in general. Right. So like, can I be? Sure. But I don't hold it in. Like you don't harbor the emotion. No.
But here's the thing is, are you disassociating? Are you disconnecting? Are you not allowing yourself to even feel it, that you don't even feel it yourself? That is a real thing.
No. If something, no. Give me a good movie, I'll let it roll. You know what I'm saying? Like that's I actually will. I won't cry. Okay.
No.
So I'll let a tear will roll down my face, but it's not a cry.
You know what I love so much about Blake is that I have always like invested, emotional intelligence and like making sure that he understands that you have to like, express your emotions. Even though you're a boy, you have to like say how you feel. So when he watches a movie, he will cry.
Yeah.
And I'm so proud of it.
No,
because I'm like, you don't care who's around. It is touching you. Then you let go of that emotion.
No, that's beautiful.
Love it.
I like a good sad movie. Saving Private Ryan was on yesterday.
I hate a sad movie, by the way. Hate it.
But you like a good cry.
But I like a good cry alone in a dark room under my covers.
Peanut Butter Falcon. Have you watched it?
No, because is it a sad movie? I don't watch.
It's a beautiful movie.
I hate a sad movie.
Check out that movie. Oh man, yeah. I keep thinking about like now you got me questioning whether I harbor it all. Like now I don't know. It's not
harboring, right?
I'm not emotional. Like I may have said in the episode before that we're emotional people, and like it's not that I don't have emotion. Yeah. I'm just not emotional. So I don't know. I'm
just that you don't show it.
No, maybe I've just prepared myself. Like there's a lot of bad things that can happen in life, but I feel like I've experienced a lot of them. So I just don't want to. What is it going to accomplish? Nothing.
I think it helped. That's actually one of my goals in life is to be more open, more emotional, because I preach about it. And I feel like in a way I can talk about my emotions. I can articulate them in a certain way. But for some reason, that vulnerability is that wall is still up there, that I don't want to show weakness. I never want to like show that weakness to people. And that's coming from me feeling like I have to be strong for other people. So if other people see me cry, they might think that, the world is ending like it's bad if Maria, and I've heard people say that like I saw her get upset and and I thought then it's really bad because I'm not going to let people see me sweat or cry. And
then, but even in today's society, like who cares? Like everyone is with this woke society. Everybody is just all in their feelings. I'm being serious. I don't. And it's weird because people confide in me and they say I'm a good listener and I can be a good listener. But as far as like myself, and it's not that I don't want, like, I love that. Like, you want to help people. You want to, be able to put your emotions out there. But you're not, you don't think people will look at you in a different light? Like, if you show that, like, do you think it's a matter of weakness? Like, I don't know. Maybe it's just coming from a male's perspective. Like, I don't know. I can't put down my guard. Maybe that's what it is.
I think I just want to be more authentically myself the older I get, and I want to show that authenticity. And I think part of that is if you're feeling an emotion or if you're feeling in some type of way, is not to suppress it because you're afraid of how it's going to make somebody else feel.
So who are you talking about it with though? Like, is this why people subscribe to therapy?
Oh, I'm very open with Dan, my therapist, and I use it as sometimes a venting session or sometimes like things that you don't feel a safe place to say, not because someone's going to judge you or say, but because you're afraid of hurting them or them taking on your emotions. Because I'm a really empathetic person, so I'm really aware of that, and I don't want to put that onto anybody else. So I just pay someone.
No, empathy. It's no, and that's great. I think what I lack is maybe sympathy. Like you wouldn't know that from having a conversation with me, but maybe it's because of what I've been through in life.
I could be like that sometimes.
Yeah.
But I always go back to something my mom used to say is, you don't know what that person is going through, and you don't know what that one little thing might be to either send them over the edge or bring them back. And I would like to be that person to bring them back.
I love that. And that's true. And that whole like thought process has crossed my mind before on certain topics. And I think next week it will be, we really got to dive into this.
It's going to be emotional. Get your Kleenex.
Yeah, I think it's going to be deep.
I wonder if I can cry on this.
I think we're going to find if you're going to cry, it's probably going to be.
It might be a breakthrough for me.
Yeah, because it's not that. It's just us. So you could cry if we shut off the camera or whatever. You could let it go.
Well, but in the back of my mind, I know other people would see this.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I'll have a breakthrough. Maybe you know. I don't know if Dan wants you to cry on the podcast, because then maybe you don't talk to Dan as much. You know. No, I'm sure Dan loves maybe we got to plug Dan. Maybe Dan wants to be a sponsor after next week's episode of the Controlled Chaos podcast.
Yeah, maybe.
We're still looking for sponsors, by the way. We haven't, again, you got to like, comment, share, subscribe. The channel's growing.
It is growing. I've been talking to so many people about it, and people are excited. Makes me feel nice. Gives me a sense of purpose, and hey, somebody finds this entertaining.
I think people find it entertaining for sure. When people ask me about the podcast, what I tell them, I said, it's a passion project.
Yeah.
Like we're not here. We're not generating income off of this. We're here because this is something, Maria Lauren has her reasons. For me, it was like a passion project. I wanted to get behind the microphone. And again, I always talk about it, but it's going to improve, like season after season. Quality audio, visual, all that good stuff. But yeah, this is just something that I wanted to do. It was something that I wanted to. It was actually. Did you know this? That the part of the reason why I wanted to do this was to show, because we run a team over here at EXP, and that's what we do full time. And I wanted to show people, agents in particular. And this is actually funny, and I won't go on or into depth or anything, but tomorrow morning's mastermind is about being intentional on social media, creating a brand.
Yeah.
And that, people will say it's hard, they don't want to, they don't like what they look like on camera. Like I don't love what I look like. People don't like the way they sound.
Push past it.
You have to.
Yeah.
And that's what got us to this point. Big look, a lot of credit to you, because I kept pushing it back and back and back and back, but we're here, we're here to stay for sure. This is something that, I really enjoy doing. It's not a game, No, we put time and effort into this. We do take it seriously. We try to have a good time, try to keep it light. Next week, it's not going to be light. I'm like, you got to hit the like button if you think Maria Lauren is going to break through next week.
I don't know I know myself. I don't know. Listen, I want to know, what do you guys want to hear emotionally from us?
Oh yeah. Maybe throw something up on Instagram, and maybe a couple different topics.
But
life, love, death.
Life, love, death.
Trauma.
Lots of trauma.
Yeah. Now my heart is like heavy thinking about it now.
But at the end of the day, I do feel like our personality talking about those things someone else will definitely connect with, but also you have to make light of some of it. You have to laugh at the shite show of your life.
It's true, and if you really think about it, at the end of the day, there's nothing you can do to turn back the hands of time.
No. And there's nothing you can do to prevent what is to come. And
but I feel like you can learn a lot from the past.
Oh, 100. Listen, learn from my mistakes.
Yeah, learn from my mistakes too.
Learn from it. Tune in next week to hear about our shite show.
Yes. And we're excited for it. And we'll see you next week.
Bye.